London.
That's true.
Hello, my name's Brittany.
What a coincidence. My name's Brittany, too.
What?
What a coincidence. My name is Brittany, too.
Really?
Okay, let's try.
Okay. Maybe this should be a blooper. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I can keep a straight face now.
I know.
Hello.
Okay.
Surprise. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but it was all her idea. Although, a few weeks ago, I did message you saying, what are you doing today? And you were like, I'm working. So I was like, dang. I don't even remember if I texted back saying I wanted to podcast or not.
You told me later.
Did I? Oh.
Yes. And I was like, what a good idea. We need to do that.
Yeah, it was a good idea.
So here we are.
Yeah, and so excuse us while we get through our bubbliness, maybe?
Yes. We need to settle.
I know. So, usually I settle by just talking about what I'm wearing or where we are. Where are we? We're in Canada.
We're in the Yukon, which
are.
is in the northwest corner of Canada. Very, very far northwest
I
corner.
always say next to Alaska.
Yes, it is next to Alaska.
Most of the time people are like, where? Right next to Alaska. Oh, right, that far. Yeah, anyways, and it's still, actually, what time is it? It's probably,
Oh, gee. What time is it?
It's not even 11, or is it 11?
It's 11.
Oh, it's after 11, so I think the sun's rising at like...
Yeah, when is the sunrise? It's still very dark. Like
I always thought that we got 5 minutes more of sunlight after solstice, but it's more like 2. I think we get 2-ish minutes every day more of sunlight, so the sun's not quite risen. Like behind us, you can see right here is just all like gray.
It's coming
and
up right now. Sunrise is at 11:05.
Okay, so
not accounting for mountains, which there are many.
Yeah, and you're a bit higher up here.
Yes.
Than where I live. I'm a little bit further down, so actually I don't even see any sunlight till way later.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And then it will set again at 5.
There we go. So here we are in our cozy place.
Loretta's home. My home. Yeah.
Yeah. It's normally we are over at my place in my house. But
it's easier to be at your house because your children are small. Mm-hmm. And not my children are teenagers, and there's a tendency for them to come and go and need things, and I don't know, it seems like smaller children, when my children were smaller, I felt like, oh, it's a lot of work. Oh, having people over is just going to be chaos because my kids are running around. But as they turn into teenagers, I felt like they are more interrupty, not less.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's been a while since I've filmed with the kids in the house. I think actually my first episode, I said to John, take the kids to the back room. I'm going to film in the bedroom or like the living room. I was in my bedroom and John kept the kids out and it worked. But you could hear a little bit of noise and yeah, that was January. Oh, actually, it's my anniversary.
It's your podversary.
Yeah, like on the 6th.
Wow.
Or the 9th, and it's your birthday tomorrow.
Wow, it's crazy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We like our coffee black,
and
I've got it in a thermos today.
Yeah. And I'm using I talked about this on my
you did
podcast. This is the branching out pottery. Yeah.
This is one of my favorite kinds of pottery is the speckled. I don't know what it is. It's like either, I think it's actually metal, because when you're working with this, you don't actually see a whole lot of the stuff that's in it until you actually fire it, and then there's a chemical reaction with the metal.
Wow, cool.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Some of these things with pottery is just, it's wild. It's cool.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's so beautiful.
It is.
I did see her at was it 12 Days Market?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see her stuff.
Oh, nice.
I was holding back. I was thinking, oh, I should leave this in case John and the kids want to get me a mug for Christmas.
Hey, John.
They didn't. They got me something else.
There's a birthday coming, and I can put you in touch with the potter.
It is our birthday month, so we'll touch a bit more on that in a bit. But
January, best month of the year.
Yes, it is.
Definitely. So yeah, I wanted actually I love the tree. It's great, but I wanted the buffalo. She's got these bison mugs, and they're so cool.
Yeah.
Maybe someday. So
you can add to your collection.
I know.
You know how I have my little library? I really wanted outside the house.
Oh, yes.
So I really want to do like a library for pottery.
Oh, you should talk about library. The little library. Yeah,
Oh.
Maybe not everybody.
I don't know. I might have talked about it before on the podcast.
A little, maybe.
Yeah, last year John made a little library that we have out in front of our house, and I just keep restocking books from our home, and then of course the neighbors do as well. But yeah, it's just a little thing out the front, but it kind of connects some people. And I've also put like yarn out there for people to come and take. They mostly take, not replenish. It's okay. It's been a great way to de-stash little scraps and bits like that. But I haven't actually had yarn out there for a while because I was hoping that people would start putting some yarn in there too. But it's okay.
And it's free. The little libraries are free.
Mm-hmm.
So where's your camera on your...
My phone?
Where's your phone camera?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
I never look at it. I think people probably used to me looking at myself, or I just look at the surrounding. Like, I'm looking at you. Your lovely face. Yeah. Anyways, I had a sister-in-law who came up, and she was saying you should have like a little village of little libraries, and we were talking about having a little library, like just the village of little ones, one that could hold like seeds. So you can come and take seeds.
Seed library would be really cool.
Seed or a mug library. What was the other one? Oh, there were so many good ideas. I have it in my phone, but we're recording on my phone right now. So
that's a really good idea. Yeah. So little libraries, we had a little library here in the part of the town that we both live in. The part that I live in is a little bit up the mountain from where Brittany lives. Mm-hmm. And we used to have a little library here, and then the children and I started kind of like a little library, but like a free store in front of the house. We built a shelf and had a free store in front of the house, but they're quite common in the Yukon, these little library things.
Downtown too. I see them all over.
Yeah, they're downtown, and there's
a few in Whistle Bend, and actually there's somebody who records a map. I don't know if it's on Facebook or not, but in your area, wherever you live, you could probably search like little library and then your city name or something, and something will come up. So there are people who keep maps.
Oh, that's
There was
so
one
neat.
lady who came to my little library and was like, I was so excited to come to your library. I came up here for other reasons, but I couldn't wait. And then I saw that you had yarn, and I have even more reasons now to come up here. Because she saw the yarn in the little library.
Oh, that's so cool. There's a really good, if you come to the Yukon, there's a very good little library. Well, the one at Brittany's house is particularly good. But there's also a really good little library at Bean North Coffee, which is on the Hot Springs Road.
Yeah.
That one is really
kids'
good.
books.
Yeah. My
it's
children love that one.
Yeah.
I don't know why. People who live in that neck of the woods read interesting books.
Oh, yeah. You can learn a lot about your neighborhood.
It's true.
With what books are in there.
I bet.
We get all sorts of drop-offs. Yeah.
So
should we talk about what we're...
Let's.
Yes. What we're wearing.
Yes, let's.
You can start.
Oh, sure. Well, I'm going to make a confession. This is a store-bought jumper, and the hilarity of this is that when Brittany looked at me, she says, "Oh, you're..." It was not derisive at all. She goes, "Oh, you're wearing a store-bought sweater." And I said, "Yes, I am." And she said, "Yes, because you would never knit a fingering lace weight sweater like that." It's so good to have friends who know you, because it's true. I would never knit this. I would never get through it. I would get to like here, and then it would sit for 2 years, and then I would think to myself, I have this friend Brittany, and she likes knitting fingering. Maybe she would finish it.
I know someone who likes to knit fingering and lace weight more than me.
Really?
Carmen!
Oh, I could send it in the post to Carmen. So no, it's not. Don't ask about the pattern because I don't know. Someone else
nice yoke though.
did it.
Totally, yeah. Oh,
I love
easy.
this one. It's so comfy and
reminds me
cozy
of that one sweater you did that's in your Nutiden. Did
yes,
you do that?
I did do.
Was
one.
it all over?
No, it's
just the yoke.
Yeah, I'll show you a little bit later that one.
Yeah.
So what am I wearing? So I'm wearing these. I wear these all the time, and of course now that it's winter in the Yukon, it's cold. But these are Brittany's.
Put it up a little bit more.
Pull it up here
for your face to be up.
Okay,
There you go.
So these are. It's always different when you're filming with somebody else's equipment. These are made in Brittany's yarn. Is it called After the Rain?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
You can't see the speckles, but there's like some speckles. It's on the BFL, hey?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, there you go. I can see the color now.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
I
You held
love
a
it.
mohair.
I held Mohair with
With drops?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got it at Heather's shop downtown.
I think you were there. I was there when you purchased it.
Yeah, that's true. You were. So they're a bit wrinkly because I wear them so much, but you can see the pops there.
There you go.
There.
Yeah, fun.
They're called the walnut wristlets. They're very easy to knit.
It's the antler cable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you use cable needle or did you do the...
Neither.
No.
I used a double pointed
Yeah.
needle because I can never find my cable needle.
Mm.
It's always somewhere. Anyway, I don't think I made any mods, but I wear these all the time. I love them.
They're very cozy.
And I ran them with Mohair because Mohair just warms them up a little bit more.
Get a little felted.
Yeah, so those. And then this one I wear now all the time because I cut my hair super short. Because I, not that you need to know, not that it's interesting at all, but I'm cutting the red out and letting it go gray. And the process of cutting the red out is taking a while. And it's amazing how much, like, I never had long hair, but it's a lot colder with, like, very, very short hair. So I need to blow my nose.
Yes.
Okay.
You can pause.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the Heidra headband.
Heidra.
Yeah.
Heidra? Yeah. I knit the
Something like
mitts.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
Like the
I
night the
haven't done
pattern
them
came
yet.
out.
Yes.
Like, casting on.
I cast them on and I never finished
It's
them.
a fun pattern. Like
It is.
The braid.
Yes, the braid is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is by Fibre Tales, by Loretta from Fibre Tales. And
Beautiful. I like it.
yeah, and it's in Nutiden.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Parallel.
Lovely.
And I wear it all the time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cozy.
It is
Your hair is
cozy.
just right, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes up for my lack of hair.
I
And
have lots
you?
of hair. Me, the last episode I was wearing this hat. This is the Bolton Pass, which I spoke about, and I used my low mileage wool, which is this specifically was the 2-ply marled DK, which is it's a Gotland yarn, and so it's a long wool. It has luster, and it's being a long wool, it means it has drape, and so it doesn't have as much body as something that is a denser, downy, or even fine wool. And so it has characteristics of mohair. So it's very warm for a very lightweight hat. Is it the Bolton Pass hat or toque? I can't even remember. I think it's hat. So in Canada, this to me is more like a beanie. Hey.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I never used the word beanie.
A toque is more like a folded brim or something. But yeah. So I showed this in the last episode. You can go back and take a look. But I love it. It just keeps softening up over and over. Like you can feel that.
Oh, this is so good. Oh, and the
You
crown
have some
is
of the
really
DK.
nice.
You do.
I do, and
so this is
I
that.
have a skein and Natalia has a skein.
Yeah.
I finally managed to pry them out of Natalia's hands because she understandably wanted to make a shawl out of this, and I said
It'd be lovely.
at first I said yes, and then I thought, yeah, right. So she's actually making a toque, but look at the lovely crown decreases.
I didn't follow the pattern for the crown decreases. I was
Oh, they're so
inspired by
nice.
Jackie and
I
Carmen.
love them.
Jackie knit this hat too, and she was talking about how she did like a spiral decrease. So when she said that, I literally just Googled spiral decrease, like to get sort of information about how to achieve that. And you can use any amount of points, but as long as you're decreasing on those same points with, I did knit 2 together, I believe, yeah. Then you need to have divisible numbers to get those decreases. So I did that.
I love it.
It's so cozy. I'm wearing all my low mileage wool today. And then I'm wearing the free mitts, which I've mentioned before, and we'll link below. It's just a free recipe by Miss Evil. And I used leftovers from this shawl right behind here, which you've seen before. Yeah, they're very cozy. These, like,
they are very
you put
cozy.
them on, you forget you have them on, because like this part of your hand is free, always free. So I'm not, like, the reason why I take off fingerless mitts is because I'm always having to do something with my hands that I have to take them off. And my kids are at daycare and school all day, so excuse me. So I'm not like having to deal with them all day, so I can actually wear these things more often. So I actually just forget.
We love our children. We were just I was just telling you about my annoying teenagers.
No, we do love our children.
Brittany doesn't have to deal with. We never actually have to deal with them. We love them, but it's so nice not to have them here right now.
Oh my word. I'm so used to talking to myself that if I listened back and said, "Oh, I don't have to deal with them," it is actually rather funny. I don't have to.
I say that too, and I
care
try
for
to,
them.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyhow, motherhood things. Anyhow, I love those. Mine are hanging up at my office at work.
You made some.
Yes,
That's right.
I made some with
did
Nutiden.
Pre-knitting. Is that what
Yes,
you
I
call
did.
it?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm
I
part
made
of
some
her
with
club.
Too. Yeah, I
circle.
almost joined it, but I was like, oh, I should just not commit to too many things, especially testing. Last year I did so many test knits that this year I was like,
yeah,
I'm just gonna do whatever I want. But anyways,
yes,
these are lovely. Actually, I'm wearing all the knitted things. Oh my goodness. Okay,
you
so
are.
and then this is my 3-color cashmere cowl. You guys have seen this before, and my hand spun from the same flock as where all this wool comes from.
And I'm gonna try to see if I can get her out the door without this in her possession. Maybe if I put it on now, you'll forget that it's on me.
I've heard some people say that they don't like knitting cowls like this because then you can't see the stitch pattern, but for me it's not so much about the stitch pattern as much as it is about the comfort and the warmth.
Wow.
So yeah. So my up here always folds down, and it's just because it's a different hands. I don't know. It's my hand spun.
I love this. This is so good. Oh wow, this is so good. Oh yeah. Wow. This is so good.
You're not taking it.
Quick look over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no.
that this pattern's by Locatelli. The 3-color cashmere cowl. I love it. I knit one for Ciara too. So she wears hers. I made hers because she's always outside a lot more than me. So I used Mohair, and for her I used Mohair and Surrey alpaca held double for like the contrast colors. So I just used some yarn in stash.
And this one, what did you use?
Just Mohair, but held double. So there's white, and then there's an old colorway called pecan, which I can't dye anymore.
Yeah, that's a lovely one.
I'm so sad I can't dye that specific color anymore because there's a dye that was discontinued.
Okay.
So that's where Beaver Lodge came from. Beaver Lodge came because I was trying to replicate this color, and I was like, oh, no, I like Beaver Lodge too. So
I do too. It's very good. Your pecan is living with somebody else. I knit a toque.
Yes.
Last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, last year. I knit a toque, and then it went to live with somebody else. But
yeah,
but oh, so nice. So okay, so tell me what's in here. This is handspun, right?
My handspun.
What I'm feeling.
Yeah, so there is Torfall. He's the sire. He's the sire to all of the lambs. Not all of the lambs. So Ciara has 2 sires this year, which is Torfall and Kylo.
Mm-hmm.
And Torfall, when he was a lamb, was really black. And he's higher percentage Blueface Leicester and lower percentage Gotland. So he has a lot more elasticity in his fiber, lots of curls in the fiber. And I was able to yield a lot more yardage. Well, not a lot more, but more yardage than this gray, which is Nora. And Nora is the first fleece. I've spoken about her so much. But Nora is the first fleece I ever hand processed. And so this is from her 3rd clip. So I spun this last year. This is probably one of my first finished objects last year, I think.
I remember when you spun it and then knit it. I remember that. That was so epic.
Yeah, it was great. I think I've got some content on my Instagram with it. But yeah, so I combined the two in this cowl. I really wanted to showcase the yarns because I didn't, at the time I was going to be getting, so I had some fleeces at the mills and I really wanted to like kind of replicate maybe what I would get back from the mill. And so I do feel like in comparison to like this wool here, this is another yarn that I knit Sierra's cowl out of. So I combined Torfall, Nora, in the cowl.
In the cowl.
So I used the leftovers of Torfall and Nora of my handspun, and then I used this gray and then the pearl gray, which is a lighter. Actually, this is.
Oh, that's pretty close, hey?
It's close, but the pearl gray is much lighter.
This is darker.
Yeah. So this is combined. I forget the sheepsies. I'm sure. I feel like it's the weather lambs, the lambs that weren't kept. Because to run a sheep farm, you also need to feed people with your sheep.
It's true. I was going to knit fingerless mittens.
Yes.
Well, remember I was telling you that with your low mileage, I was going to knit fingerless mittens.
For your son?
For my son.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. Good thing he doesn't watch the podcasts very often. This is my 15-year-old boy. If you're watching, go away, Sasha. Now I'm going to knit. Now I'm keeping it. Okay. I'm definitely knitting this cowl. Oh, definitely.
It's worth it.
Yes, it is.
There's enough interest. There's eyelet lace.
I'm doing it.
There's eyelet, and I went off pattern with the stripes, or did I?
I don't know.
Maybe not. I don't remember. And then you get a chunk of this color. So you can
feel
use
like
any contrast color.
Go off. I think you did.
I think so. Because I wanted to incorporate more of the color and
Oh, I love it.
And then there's some more easy lace up here. It's just easy. But you know what I really love about this pattern is you don't have to do the lace. Yeah. And if you don't like the lace, you can swap it out for something else that you like.
I love it. It's so gorgeous.
It's just a tube. So it's very customizable. So that's what I'm wearing. Around my neck. We're not even done what I'm wearing. And then I've shown this cardigan before. This is the Ginny cardigan, excuse me, by Andrea Mowry, and it's knit in those greasy cones by JC Rennie in Scotland. So it's wool and spun yarn, and you're not going to be able to see the colors, but it's
gorgeous.
It
really is.
In this light, it looks just black and red, but in different lights, you see all the other.
Yes, it looks
rainbows of colors in
black and ruby.
Yeah, it's called Smolder. And I held it double. And when you're knitting with these greasy cones, they smell like whatever oil they use. I don't think it's petrol. I don't know what it is, but it's a woolen mill and it's very old, so it's I had to pace myself knitting this, and
Did you knit it outside? I've heard that people knit outside with this.
I knit outside, or I just would reduce the amount of knitting time on it and just took my time knitting it. And this cardigan actually is knit back and forth, and I don't mind knitting back and forth. I just wasn't interested, so I decided this is the perfect wool to steek.
Yes.
It's a wool and spun yarn. It's very toothy, and it's actually Shetland. It's called Unique Shetland. And so I did a steek panel and steeked it. And the only reinforcing I did, like you can see right here, the only reinforcing that I did, we're dark. Sorry guys. Nope, not working. Was with needle felting. So I needle felted the steek, cut, snipped away.
I like that technique.
It's my favorite.
It's so
I don't do any
good.
crochet thing, and that really only works with a yarn that's going to needle felt.
Oh you can't use toothy.
Yeah, and wool and spun yarn is perfect. So that's what we're wearing. Anyways, this is fun. Oh my gosh, it's so much nicer to podcast with somebody.
It is fun.
Better not get too comfortable. We don't want to.
That's true. That's true. Although I would like to come over one day and do a tour of your pottery.
Oh.
And then you could come here and do a tour of mine.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yes, because apart from gathering yarns, we also gather pottery and share a love of potters.
Yes, actually you were the one who introduced me to the potter in Germany.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so what's
yeah.
her name again?
Yes,
Oh, she's so lovely.
Oh, hang on. I'll be right back.
She hand pinched a mug and a cup for me, and it's just beautiful. I showed you before, and she wrote on it one of my favorite verses from the Bible, and the other one had a German something or other. Oh wow, I haven't seen this in person. That is adorable.
Isn't it?
Is this for pouring like milk?
Yes.
Cream? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you guys, look at that. Isn't that adorable? The nose, the ridge. Oh, she's so lovely, and she's so intentional with everything that she makes.
That one I actually usually, like, for breakfast for my kids, if I make them something that I want to use up old fruit before it goes off, then I make like a fruit compote and put it in there, and then they pour it over like pandore, what's that? French toast. Yeah.
Oh, what's her name again?
Or syrup.
It's a hard name to remember.
Oh dear, I can't remember,
It's
but
okay.
we're gonna put
We'll
it
find it
in the description. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I love it. It's so
Yeah.
cute. Look at the cute little face. The little mouth. Yeah, she does sweet stuff.
I love handmade. Everything handmade is just the best.
I know. I agree.
I'll just put that somewhere else.
So we talked about bringing like the favorite thing that we knit this year.
Yes.
Is that what the shawl is?
The shawl is the latest thing that I knit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely up there.
Previous?
But yeah, I can certainly talk about it. This shawl was a test knit. One of the rare occasions when I agree to test knit. Actually, this one I pretty much begged to test knit. I very, very rarely test knit because, well, Brittany was teasing me about the jumper, but it's because I'm a very slow knitter and I feel terrible committing to something and then, well, first of all, I don't want to feel stress about, like, if somebody makes a beautiful pattern, the last thing I want to do is stress myself out knitting it. I want to enjoy the beauty of their work and mine coming together. So, but this one, there was plenty of time. This is by Bella of 100 Acre Wools.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really good. It's called the Cowl.
The color on the screen's looking pretty close.
Yeah,
to
it is pretty good, hey? The color is
It's a little more red in the video and purple in person.
Yeah.
Although our eyes all see colors differently.
True.
It's just really lovely. This is so spongy.
Yeah,
It's the word that's getting thrown around a lot.
but it is.
Yeah, it's got lots of body.
And I steamed a little, like I steamed this part,
Oh,
but
nice.
I need to do it again.
I love steam blocking. I love it for not wanting something to grow.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
just to, because like when you steam, when you add heat to fibers that are untreated, you cause them to remember where they're supposed to be. And so they try to settle into their new home.
Oh, interesting.
So like if you think of a lock of fiber that has a curl, and then
Yes.
you card it and straighten it, well, it was meant to be curly.
Right.
So once you add that steam, it's like, oh, right, I'm supposed to be nice and curly. It's the same thing with your hair when you wash your hair.
Interesting.
Do you have curly hair?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so like when you
Now
straighten
that
your
it's all
hair and
gone.
then you go out in the rain,
Yes.
it gets all curly because your hair has memory and wool has memory, and that's that memory is, hey,
Oh.
I'm not supposed to be a long, straight lock. This wool is probably feels like lamb's wool or something.
That makes total sense.
It's really soft.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
has lots of body. So
This is a summertime
yeah.
color. End of summer, she did these. This is from Mohair. It's the Nutiden from the Swedish company.
Look at even just the simple detail of garter and then throw in like a knit stitch there.
Yep. And the
Yeah.
texture, right? Is it texture or structure? Texture.
This is texture.
It's everything in this
Structure
shawl.
is like how you get it the shape.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
mix those two up. This is, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. There's a grass stitch, which I really, really like. I will tell you, though, that although the braids are very fun, and it's the same braid here as, like, this. There's two braids, this one and this one. It's these same technique, of course. Oh, it's so good. But it's, like, doing the braids in Nutiden is a bit
Well, it's all
finicky.
grabby, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to undo all these stitches and then crochet them up.
Yes, and it's the unzipping that is a bit of a time-consuming process, but the children and I watched Harry Potter, the whole thing. This is the first year we've ever watched the whole series. Anyhow, we watched the whole series, and while we were Harry Pottering, I was doing these, and so that was kind of nice.
So you had something to keep your mind a bit, well, you're occupied but also distracted, and then time can pass.
Yes, hands and mind somehow. It worked out really well. But
some of those things are just so worth it. Like I don't know. And then you just want to wrap yourself around it, right? Oh, I'm pulling out the vegetable matter. I shouldn't be doing that.
That's okay.
Keep the veg matter in. It is.
Look at how big it
lovely.
is.
You know, I always love how your gauge is looser. Mine is a bit tighter. And so the same shawl that we both knit, the homestead shawl. Yours is, I know you did an extra repeat of the pattern or something, but I wish I had done that, but I didn't have enough of the yarn. What was it? It's like the yellowy...
Yes, glimped.
Glimped, yes. I love that color. If you have glimped from Nutiden, it's
so
lovely.
beautiful.
My kind of color. But yeah, look at it's got some stretch. But yeah, it does have some drape for an unspun wool. And yeah. There's some dark, definitely black fibers, bright pink, but mix. That's the magic of a color wheel. You take colors and you blend them together, and with light and refraction.
And this one is so big. You were talking about not having enough of the glimped.
Yeah.
This one is so big. I didn't have enough of the infinitive as the color. I didn't have enough of it, and I was talking about making this with Carmen and Jackie from the Knitting a Good Yarn podcast, and Carmen sent me a plate so that I could finish. I love this shawl. Can you just imagine, like, in the summer, sitting around a campfire and you're cold and, like, sitting there with, so good, hey?
It is good. Yeah. Oh, you got a strand here.
Oh, do I?
Oh, you do.
I didn't tuck it in. Nope, gotta finish that. I always have a strand somewhere.
So that's your shawl,
so
most recent.
Yeah, that's my most recent finished object.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Keep her.
Yeah, but that's not I wouldn't say that's my favorite.
Okay.
Definitely up there. My favorite is this one, and I made this one in January last year.
That's what this one reminds me of.
Yes.
See similarities with this store-bought sweater. Store-bought sweaters are fine. And this one, what is the yarn?
This is held with
silk mohair.
Silk mohair.
That's why I'm like, it feels too structured.
Yes. Yes. This is Isair silk mohair and very old. Well, very old. It's not that old of a company, but this is quite like one of the very early colorways. This is
of Nutiden?
Yeah. This is Lavandula Calendula.
Lavandula Calendula?
Yeah.
Like the both colors or
no.
one?
The purple or Calendula Lavandula. I can't remember. Anyway, it's that one, and then this is called Snow. This white. It's just the undyed white snow. But
is the snow that I have from last?
I don't know. This is
one that you
maybe. I don't remember. Yeah. Anyway, this is my favorite. It's I love it. Yeah. I love the pattern. This is an Anne Ventsel.
Oh, hold it up.
Yeah, this is an Anne Ventsel Badger and Bloom.
You whizzed through that yoke too.
I totally did. Everybody was making this sweater last year because it's glorious and I love it. Yeah. And I'm gonna make another one because this is look at it, goes with that.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
You did short rows back here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there short rows on the sleeves?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
But did the pattern have this one down here as well?
Yep. This is totally two pattern. I trust Anne Ventsel totally. I love it so much that I'm going to knit another one. I'm going to use these two. So, and then I'm going to run it with this.
Oh, that's really nice. Yeah, I can see that color in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can see those colors in that plate. You can see the same tones. Yeah. This is looking very limey. It's not limey.
No, it's much more yellowish. like the color of wheat, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Yeah.
the color
Yeah.
is, but I'd say
Or
it's
hay.
Yeah, it's like hay. I can't remember which. This one is Vanessa. If you know the
Oh, that's
Nutiden
Vanessa.
colors, that's
Oh.
Vanessa. It
It's
just
not that
came to
old
me.
then.
No, and this.
But this
one,
one's really
I don't
old.
remember. I think so.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's lovely.
I was looking in my stash. I found that one, and this is
Knitting for Olive.
which I've never used before, and I'm excited to use
Forest Berry is a colorway. So 70% mohair, 30% silk.
So that one, so everything that's white in this jumper is going to be this,
Okay.
and then everything that's purple is going to be that.
Okay. Yeah, this will be a different contrast
Yeah.
to this one. Yeah.
Yes, totally different. But I'm very excited
Yeah.
about doing that.
Oh, that'll be lovely.
I think so.
Your colors, especially when you get rid of the red.
It'll be so interesting,
You
won't
have to
it?
incorporate red in your life a different way.
Yeah, definitely.
That's nice.
So that's my favorite. What about you?
Well, I mean,
So hard to pick favorites.
Loretta's like, why don't you pick your favorite knit of the year? I'm like, are you kidding me? Do you know how much I've knit this year? Honestly, seriously, I don't even know how much I've knit. I stopped recording in Ravelry because, it was just a lot of work. I don't even remember the first thing I casted on. Some people like to cast on like New Year's Day. I don't know. Oh, I probably, you know what was my cast on for New Year's, was probably New Year's Eve, was the Cozy Up Knits Mystery Knit Along.
Oh, fun.
Oh, it was a stole. What did they call it? Throwing it back, I think. It was lovely. I almost wore it here, and I knit that. Oh, it's awesome. You guys can go back in the last episodes. I'm not going to waste your time talking about it. But that was really, I love making that. But I think probably my favorite, and it's the biggest highlight, is my Finder Fade, because this is almost the entire flock.
It's gorgeous.
Well, not almost the entire flock. It's 13 different sheep. So.
Oh Lord, look at this. We're never gonna get it in.
It's huge. I adore this. Actually, coming here, I had this wrapped around me, around my cowl. That's why I love this cowl, because I can also layer all the way around it. So, I don't remember the order of the sheep names, but the thing about this flock is that if you ever get some of my low mileage wool, you're gonna have some yarn with one sheep's fiber, and you may never see that fiber again. For example, Mick was unfortunately lost to a predator,
Aww.
but the predator didn't actually kill him. It was unfortunately where he was found and how he couldn't get. It's a sad story, and I'm really sad for Sierra, because it was one of her. I think it was like one of her first rams she had. So
she's 16, right?
Who
is
is
that her?
Sierra? No, that is Camden.
Okay, Camden.
Yeah, so
okay.
Sierra is the shepherdess of Crocus Country. She's the Crocus Country shepherdess. And so yeah,
It's so cool that you know these women.
It's
so
fun.
fun.
It's an honor. It's a true pleasure to know these people who are doing what. I don't even know if I could be a shepherd, to be honest.
It's so much work.
It's not even the work. It's just, I don't know, the stress of watching and caring for all these animals. Like Sierra and I have chats about this happened today or whatever, or like the whole cougar event was really unfortunate and stressful, and it affected, for example, is she had just weaned the lambs from the ewes. So, and then
terrible.
When the cougar attacks happened, she had to put them all back together. So it meant that the lambs were still nursing from the ewes, which means that the ewes' bodies can't focus on better wool production,
right,
or longer wool production. So the difference is that the fleeces were smaller, because the lambs were nursing from the ewes for longer. So like there are all these different things that factor in the wool production side of things. But anyways, I don't know. It's a pleasure to know these shepherds and these farmers, and I wish it was in the Yukon. It's a different story.
That is a different story.
So,
warmth to weight ratio of this wool is incredible. Yeah. Like, it's so, I can feel it. I just have this tiny corner. I just have the tiny corner of this. But,
well, here's a Sophie scarf. the same wool but held double, so you can try that out. That's really cozy.
This is really nice.
I don't know if you can fully wrap it around twice, can you?
Let's see.
Comfortably? I usually like, what do I do? I feel like I'm choked if I do that. Anyways, this...
Oh, it's nice and warm.
This
I like
is
it.
a flock of Gotland cross breeds. Sierra's going to be introducing some new breeds, and I'm really excited about that. But I also, my favorite thing about
This is the Gotland crossbreed?
No. Well,
Okay.
they're all crossbreeds.
Okay.
So she doesn't have a purebred 100% Gotland sheep yet. She wants to work her way up to some.
Okay.
But most of the sheep they vary, being BFL, Blueface Leicester dominant or Gotland dominant. You can tell just by looking at them, at their fleeces, if it's got more curl and crimp, it's more BFL. Or whatever other bloodlines might be within the breeds. So like Dorset. Rose is one fleece who was in the white of this shawl. And so Rose, Ray, and Frost were in this yarn, and it was actually a lighter weight yarn with more yardage and has quite a bit of elasticity versus, say, mixed wool blended with Mabel doesn't have as much stretch. This way it does because that's just the nature of the knitting, but it feels denser, and so yeah. And what's really cool about these fleeces is when they get sheared, the locks just fall off. Like a whole blanket doesn't come off the sheep. The locks just come apart depending on how dense the fleece is. But if you go and shear, like, say, a Corriedale sheep, the fleece comes off in a big blanket because the fiber is lower. It's lower micron.
Yeah.
And the density per square millimeter has more fibers compared to a Gotland sheep. So say a Gotland sheep would have, say, like, I don't know, 50 strands of hair per square millimeter. A Corriedale could have, say, 150. So it's just denser, and it just peels off in one big blanket. So I love watching the Gotland crossbreeds from Sierra's flock get sheared because it just, you see all this color and all these curls, and it's just, it's lovely.
Oh, nice.
I'm definitely very happy and proud of this shawl. And I was thinking the other day how I'm dreading the future mill runs.
Why?
Because then I have to make something else.
Oh, and you're never gonna top this?
I don't know. Not top it. It's more like, do I need this much Gotland in my life?
Everybody needs
That's
that
what I
much
keep thinking.
Gotland.
Do I need this much Gotland? And I'm not dreading it. I
So
just know
good.
that the more let me rephrase this. I'm dreading the idea that I won't get to have something in all of the wool all the time.
Yes. Yes.
And
I
then
understand.
also, do I really need all that much? So it's a bit of a two-way street here.
It's so soft that it's hard to believe that it has nothing like mohair in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so soft and so beautifully drapey.
This is the higher percentage
Incredible.
Gotland, which is, Gotland is perfect for felting. But it's silky and drapey.
Oh, it's
But there's no
fantastic.
mohair in this. Not one single strand. So,
Which is hard to believe. Like, it's so beautiful.
and it has a weight to it that feels quite comforting. When I have it wrapped around me, I'm just like, oh, I don't want to take it off. So, yeah.
Oh.
And so what I do for Sierra is, so far I hand spun wool from Rose and one of her ewes, and knit a hat for her, so she wears that. She just topped it with a fur pom-pom.
Cute.
Which is cute. And I've knit her the cowl, just like this.
Yeah.
It's a bit different. And then now I'm knitting her a sweater, which is all, of course, bunched up because...
That's fabulous.
So this is with my first mill run. I forget the sheep's name in this one. But it's a 2-ply, it's a fingering weight. It's going to be, you can see through. You see through?
Yeah.
But I'm hoping with some nice, like, hot soaking, like just submerge it in some nice hot water, that it's going to help those fibers just open up and fill in some space. And if not, it will over time, just like it did with this hat.
Yes.
The fibers will just settle into their new home and be quite nice. So this is the pink velvet pullover, jumper, sweater.
It's really good.
By Andrew Mowry. I've had the pattern for a while, but I've had no desire to knit it yet until I was thinking about Sierra and would she want color in her life, but Sierra's quite a humble, gentle person from what I know, and I thought just a little bit of not major contrast, but enough so you can make out some of the pattern and lightness, you know. So
it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful tribute.
Yeah, I like how
so beautiful.
I do love how light it is with the Surrey alpaca. I held Surrey alpaca double. This pattern was designed in Chicken Fibres. Their Surrey alpaca, which is about a DK weight.
Okay.
Or maybe it's heavier. It's not. Yeah, I think it's DK weight actually. So it really poofs up in the pattern because she also designed the main body in a singles yarn, which is pretty light and drapey. Yeah. So I thought it'd be perfect. So it looks pretty petite right now, but my gauge is fine, and yeah, I split for sleeves last night, and I'm happy to just coast along knitting it. Here's the
That's so good.
yarn. I think I can knit the sweater with 4 skeins. It is fingering weight.
Yeah.
And it's been a while since I've knit a fingering weight sweater. But I'm past the busy color work part, and now I can just knit.
Yeah.
For ages.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it will be so relaxing knitting that.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's lovely.
It is lovely.
And the difference between this kind of wool is, like some of these finer sheep breeds produce like a yarn that's really consistent in its spin, and part of that is probably to do with the mill production's experience with working with a certain fiber. Right. But for years I would use merino wool, or I don't know, something with more plies, or even the BFL that I dye has pretty nice stitch definition. And this, it's like a lot of people talk about stitch definition, they talk about drape, they talk about this or that, and I'm just like, what about the definitions that show off certain imperfections, like how a whole fleece doesn't have locks that are exactly the same. Yes. And there's like along the whole fleece of the sheep, there can be different portions that are just longer or shorter and different, and there's just something magical about that. There aren't very many breeds in the world that are like completely consistent throughout the fleece. So this is a perfect example of a fleece that grows crimpier one area than the other, and from season to season, fall from spring is different with length, with the amount that a fleece can produce. And so this was a mix of both seasons. I had sent some fleeces to the mill.
Yeah, how nice.
From the fall clip, and then some more fleeces from the spring clip, and then they combined them. So it's just sort of like a celebration of the sheep's wool from the whole year.
It's beautiful.
So yeah. I hope she loves it. I'm sure she will.
Oh, she will.
She said she wants to wear like something that's a little bit oversized and baggy, and I'm pretty certain Andrea Mowry designed this to have a bit more fit. So I did if Sierra's bust size is like 38 or 40, I did the size 44 inch. Okay. So hopefully that'll be enough ease for her. Yeah. But yeah, there's short row shaping to lower your back and help it not hug right up on the back.
And not pull up too high here in the front.
So yeah, that's what lowering the back does. Short rows in the back just adds more space at the back.
It's so much more comfortable. Yeah.
Doesn't make the neck any bigger or anything. It just
but it stops it from riding up in the.
It's fascinating. Hey, you think that more weight in the back would make it pull the back, but
it on the contrary, it balances it somehow. Yeah.
So that's what I'm knitting in my low mileage.
Oh, it's very good.
For the make along, that's what I've done so far. And then other things I brought.
And this one, what about this one that I'm
that's a Sophie scarf.
wearing.
So that I used 2 of the previous mill run. And it's a bit of a dense fabric.
Oh, but it's so cozy.
It is, yeah. Actually, I'll show you how
It's got a really nice weight. I like that.
I was wearing
and the drape is amazing.
I think I actually put it on like a tie.
Fun.
So like wrap it, or I think this is how you tie a tie. And then you shove it down this way. Yeah. And I actually found this to be quite nice because I could just cinch it up if I wanted to.
Oh, it's cute.
And I actually went through my whole just day at home Not with this top here, but
Yeah.
just wearing it like this is so cozy.
It's so cute.
There's just enough warmth just to keep me
Yes.
cozy during that really cold snap.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Love
very
it.
good.
It's not a wool for everybody. It does have a bit of toothiness to it. But with my experience so far with this wool, the more you wear it, the better it gets.
As soon as
Honestly.
your body warms the wool,
Yeah.
that toothiness relaxes right
Yeah.
away. From having it on just now,
Yeah.
I like woolly wools
Yeah.
though. But
Me
it
too.
does, like, as I was wearing it, I could feel the wool start to relax.
There's a few areas that I get a little, sometimes I'm always fixing my hat like this.
Yeah.
And it's just because I feel a little bit of something. And when I put my fingers under it, it's not the wool, it's my hair. Anyways, but the free mitts, they were giving me a little bit of itch in the beginning, but now it's completely gone. And I forget, like I said, I forget that they're on. And then when I take them off, I'm like, oh, my wrists are cold.
I love them.
So-
I wear them because I work at a computer at my job, and I sit there and my office is always cold.
Yeah.
So it's so
Definitely
good.
recommend the free mitts. The start. I just love that start.
Oh, it's fun.
It's a little ring.
Yeah.
Just crochet a little ring, cast on your stitches, and increase away. It's good. I did color work here. My first pair was actually in some Nutiden, and I did some linen stitch just before the garter.
Okay. Oh, nice. Fun.
Made it snugger.
That's what I like so much about Miss Evil's recipes. You can just adapt them and adapt them and
Yeah.
adapt them
Yeah.
however you want. You can really make something yours.
I'm trying to think if these are the only things I've knit of her. I haven't knit the Cura socks.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, those
No,
are
'cause
great.
I
You
think
have
I
to
just
do
really
those.
love my Fleagle heels. I know Miss Evil's incorporates short rows shaping, and which is nice. I don't like having to pick up stitches along and gusset. I just don't like the way they fit on my feet. My feet are too small. Yeah. What else? Yeah, I've only knit the free mitts, but then it was also inspired by her to do a Latvian braid in this hat. So
That's really good. I
um,
like it.
love Latvian braids.
Me too. They're so fun to
Take
do.
a little extra time, but then you're like, oh.
Yeah, but they're worth it.
They
The
are.
little decorative element is so nice.
There's so many things we could probably talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But I, like Loretta, also did this hat. You've seen this on the podcast. That was an enjoyable
What did you knit this out
Vono.
of?
I used Rauma,
Okay.
Fuel,
Okay.
the gray, and then you would recognize this Mohair.
This is so nice. Yes, this is that one that you dyed.
Yeah, for
Oh,
the
yeah.
Vacha.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
good.
beautiful. I thought I lost this
It's
hat
so good.
weeks ago, and
Yeah.
I was devastated, and it made me so grumpy because I love this. Because it's a kind of
I would be.
I don't even think I kept the recipe for this mohair. I thought I just had it in my head, and I was like, I'll remember it.
Yeah.
I've learned my lesson now. Always write it down. If I have a dye
This is
recipe,
so
write
good.
it down. Anyway, so you've
That's
seen this
pretty
on the
true.
podcast, and I forgot this other hat I finished, but I had casted on another one of these, and then I realized after knitting Sybil's Inver hat, I'll share it on Instagram or something,
Okay.
but I knit Sybil an Inver hat by Albina McLaughlin, and used sequins yarn in Sybil's. So in the last episode, I shared about this hat, and I finished it, but I also had another Vono hat casted on, and I realized I've got the perfect amount of stitches to knit another Inver hat.
Oh, nice.
So then I just carried on with the Inver hat.
Yeah, the
And
Inver
it's-
hat is
mhm.
great.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
So
Mine is bigger. Why is
Okay,
mine bigger? I
what did
don't
you
know.
use? You used
I used fingering weight that I got from Donna from Roots and Rain.
our gauge is different.
And yes, it is quite a bit. Quite a bit different.
Yeah. Did you block yours?
No, not this one.
I didn't mine either. I don't think. No, I didn't.
No,
Also,
me too.
it's interesting because
Definitely
like the phenol is a sport weight.
Yeah,
Is it a singles yarn?
this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think the Rauma is 2. I don't know.
It's such a fun pattern.
It is.
I could knit it over and over and over.
Oh, me too. This stitch,
so
the
cute.
stitch pattern is too dark on mine, but the dip stitches, I think they're called.
Yeah.
They are really good.
Yeah, they're really fun.
So
There you can see close up. They're very fun.
This is a handspun hat, my Larry hat. I enjoyed that this year.
Beautiful.
A tribute to my grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the broom hat. Broom. I don't know what it means. What is that?
Oh, from...
Is that French?
I don't know.
By Melody Hoffman.
Yes, from Melody Hoffman. I don't know what it means.
Maybe, what is her husband? Norwegian?
He is... No, he is...
It's European, but...
Lithuanian, maybe? Or
So maybe it's-
Latvian?
yeah.
I can't remember.
I can't remember what the word means either.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that hat. What is that one?
This is... I'll have to look up the pattern name, but this is from Your Yarns. This is it Valor? Is that right?
No,
Valor?
not Valor. It was it something berry mixed? No.
I can't remember, but
It was variegated, right?
yes, you can see the color
Yeah,
there.
that was
really
a special
well.
colorway I dyed for the kitchen sink shop. She asked for me to dye a yarn that was like really vibrant and red, and so I combined like all sorts of different reds and pinks to create this color. And I'm trying to think of what it's called now.
It's
Can't
so
remember.
good. I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Was
it.
that on the 2-ply my old base? 2-ply merino?
Yeah.
Merino nylon?
I don't know.
Doesn't look like it feels too shiny.
I found it. I often
Oh.
go to Heather's shop and then looking to see what she has, and then I end up buying Brittany's yarn.
Yeah, it's the old yarn base. I love that colorway, but it's a labor of love, you know? All the layers. Oh, the layers. It's beautiful. I love it. Red is your color.
I love this toque.
It's crazy good.
But yeah.
Before we head into this, should we talk about what we knit for your hair?
I don't have mine here. Natalia has hers. I think we can.
Did you finish your sweater?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm
Where are
working
you?
on it.
The body and the sleeves?
The body is done, and I've got the sleeves, so now I have to join them.
Okay. Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best part of doing a
It's gonna be
bottom-up
fun.
sweater is when you finally get to join the arms and then start the decrease.
Yeah,
and the
it'll be
project
quick.
goes quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got something we'd like to share a bit about.
Something very exciting. Yeah, so this is from this is the Inspired by Ellen knit along. That's
Created a recipe.
Yeah.
But I've shown you this before, and right now my website will be open by the time this goes up. And so I created a recipe that you can make the same hat. And actually some people have knit multiples and done their own like mods to it. You did ribbing.
Yes,
Instead
I
of a double
did.
brim.
Yeah,
And-
Natalia's got it with her.
And then also like right here for the line that goes up, instead of a knit stitch, I did a purl because I wanted there to be like, I just wanted it to stand out differently. And I did purl stitches in this part of the motif, and yeah, so
Yeah, it's very
the
fun.
recipe up there.
Yep, very fun.
Yeah.
So,
Key.
shall we move on? Yes, we
Should
shall.
move on to the exciting thing.
Yes.
It's all because of Loretta. She says that she keeps dreaming in my colors.
Your colors. Oh, yes, I do. I do. I look at patterns, and not every pattern, because not every pattern is it doesn't inspire me the same way. But I see a pattern, and 9 times out of 10, I look at the pattern and I see it in Brittany's colors before I like. As I'm thinking about it, if I want to do it, I think like, oh, this would be so good in this one or these ones together. You have such a beautiful palette. It's just, I love it.
Thank you.
It's brilliant.
Thank you. It's not like an entire palette of all the spectrum of colors, but a palette of colors I enjoy, and I always feel like they work well together.
They
so,
do.
should we show them how we think they work together?
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Why don't we show yours?
Well, I can show,
Oh,
sure,
yeah,
I can show my whip. Yay.
So, here we go.
So this is Rose Gold
This one here is rose gold.
and Midnight Genius.
It's the same color as my skin. Midnight Genius is a black but with green undertone and a very dark purpley blue overlay of color.
It's so good. It's so good.
Midnight Genius, sorry, that's a name that I was texting my dad one day, and I said, I can't call this color Raven.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause everyone has a colorway called Raven. And he said, well, ravens are pretty smart and pretty mischievous and usually around midnight time.
Perfect.
So like
Perfect.
midnight geniuses, and they always somehow get into your garbage. So
Yes, that's perfect. They it really is the color of Raven's wings though. Like that shiny purpley green color that they have. It's, I don't know how you do it, but it's really amazing, and I don't think it will come out.
I was thinking, oh right, your ankles.
Yeah, maybe there. Maybe you're seeing it a little.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
But so this is the houndstooth cowl that I've just cast on. This is my first cast on of the year, and I am loving it. And this one has 3 more colors that get added at the bottom. It widens out at the bottom, so it's a tube. Well, the way that you start it is interesting because it's got this split at the back.
Just like the sweater.
Yeah. And then it becomes a tube, and then it funnels out.
Okay. Oh, that's why it's so small at the top.
Yes.
I was just thinking, how are you going to get that on your head?
Because of the
the
cut, and then it funnels out.
Mm-hmm.
And as it funnels, you add more colors. So you end up adding 3 more to
Do you
this.
gotta use leftovers?
Yes. So this is my gauge swatch for our houndstooth sweaters. And this is the project that I'm so excited about. This is my most exciting project ever. Ever, I think.
Oh, we got together. Was it this week? Last week we chose colors? Or was it
last
early
week?
This week?
Last
No,
week.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the end of last week. Because I was just starting to feel better.
Yeah.
After
So there's 10 different colors in the sweater.
Do you do editing?
I do, yeah.
So you could edit a picture in?
I could, yes.
Or, I could. Huh, we have 2. I could do this. I can do this.
We'll show a picture. Yeah. We've actually been sneaking the pictures into our stories, I've noticed.
That's true.
Every so often we sneak these pictures in to see if it would resonate with you if you saw our podcast.
Yes. So I'm going to pull it up.
Ooh, we're over an hour.
And are we?
Yeah.
It goes by fast.
It does. I don't even know if I want to edit out the laughing in the beginning because it's
okay.
too fun.
So silly. But so
will it show with your screen protector?
Oh, good question.
Because from my viewpoint here, it looks like she's just scrolling on a black screen.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, there.
There you go.
There you go.
Houndstooth.
Maybe if I
sweater
disappear.
So if you go a little bit closer, there you go. You're going to see this beautiful sweater, all over color work, and lovely choices of colors throughout. So I think we went through and looked at the pattern and said, which of my colors would go well with this cut with
all
color
of
A,
your
B,
colors
C,
would
D,
go well.
Black. Yeah.
All of them.
So I feel like I matched up the colors, except for our contrast color for the houndstooth pattern part. It's a dark. It's very contrasting compared to the undyed yarn. But it will look somewhat different.
And I'm just trying to pull up the. The internet is so slow today. I'm trying to pull up the cowl so that you can see the funneled shape of the cowl there.
Oh, yes. I do remember seeing that picture, but not making a mental note of what was happening.
So there's the cowl.
So, when I bought the pattern, I also... Was it the cowl or the hat I got?
You get both.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you get all 3. If you buy the sweater, you get all 3. It's Sophie O'Chara. O'Chara?
Maybe? I don't know what nationality she is. But
I'm not sure.
Sophie O'Chara. She's got all sorts of all-over colorwork sweaters. They're lovely.
Oh, they're so good.
So
good.
Should we show the main colors first? Or do you want to show...
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
So I guess the main color is technically undyed. I call it buttercream when I'm not dyeing it. So buttercream, which is just the undyed of the BFL, which is a blue face Leicester. Focus. 3-ply yarn. Loretta's face is in the way. Actually, how about I just put more colors up? There we go. More colors. And more yarns. There we go. That's the undyed. And then the secondary, or the C2 or C1 is Beaver Lodge.
Which I love.
It's just like, I don't know. It's such a good brown. It's very multi-dimensional. Oh yeah.
So
see?
where she has the white and the terracotta, it's maybe not focused.
So I think it's because I'm in the picture now.
Yeah, where she's got the white and maybe you could hold up the yarns.
Yeah, sure.
Then there we go.
Yeah.
So the terracotta will be Beaver Lodge.
This one?
And the white will be buttercream in there. So
yeah,
you get the idea.
So that's those colors. And then I dyed yesterday and dried them.
Which I cannot believe that you did all in one day. Unbelievable. So look at these colors.
Minis.
They are so good. They're just so good. Thank you so much for doing that.
A little bit.
Yeah,
There you go.
trying to get them all to
You can hold half
wiggle,
and I can
wiggle,
hold
wiggle.
up.
Sure.
We can show one up at a time. I don't know. Okay, hold them and I'll introduce them.
Okay.
So not in any special order, but this one here is called Myrtle. It's a kind of coppery golden color with
and
lots
what
of
you're
dimension.
not seeing is there's green in there. There's greenish hues that come and go.
Yeah, it's a pretty magical color.
Mm.
And then
So
we've
good.
got Ruby, which I've done on other yarn bases, but I had to adjust for this yarn base.
And this is Blue Face Luster.
Yes. It's a 3-ply yarn with really nice stitch definition. And it also is very nice in color work. This is Frigid.
It's gorgeous. Oh.
And you can hold it up now.
Okay.
And Blush. You can come back a little bit. There you go.
There.
Blush, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty. It's more peachy, I think.
Yeah, it's a peachy pink.
Yeah.
I have a blush at home that's that kind of
So
pink.
good.
So, and then Loretta's new favorite.
Yes.
Not enough houseplants. You know what it's called. So all I wrote was NEHP on the label. Not enough houseplants is a very saturated, like Everesty green. Everest? I don't know.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And it's a celebration of all
so
the plants we started hoarding during the pandemic.
So good.
And then this is Marvelous. So the difference between our sweaters is going to be this color. Loretta's going to use Marvelous, and I'm going to use Lilac. Just to have a slight difference. But we're both knitting the same sweater.
Which I'm so excited about.
Yeah.
It's going to be so much fun.
So Marvelous, because it's
and
mauve.
then
And then Silvertip, which is a
that's another one of my
silvery
favorites.
gray. I've used it several times actually.
It's just such a good gray.
And then we need one last tiny pop of color. This is looking very orange. It is pretty orange, but the way I dye this color is using primary colors and then throw in a fluorescent color. And so it's actually got some pink, like some peachiness in there. So that's going to be a pop of color at the very top where the neck is. And so we're doing a sweater to celebrate our friendship and our birthdays.
Yes, we are. And it's just fabulous.
I'll add these two there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Look
It's
at
gonna be a
that.
fun sweater. So Houndstooth sweater by Sophie O'Shara.
This is the ultimate Crux Fibre project, I think.
It's really lovely.
It's so fantastic.
I like my pastels and I like my jewel tones, and then combining them all together is like,
oh,
how magical.
so good. I don't know where the last one went.
You're behind you
Somewhere.
Are they under me? Oh, here.
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
There.
And I'm curious to see how much yarn we're gonna have left over after the sweater to see if we can knit the cowl and the hat. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm curious. But I'm trying to decide what, we'll see. We'll see how the sweater goes.
Well, I know we have more Beaver Lodge than necessary and just less of this, but these patterns always call for more, so
Yeah.
luckily you know where to find more yarn from.
So then with this one, there'll be 3 more.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, that one maybe?
Or probably need to put some of that in there.
Yeah, oh, look at that. That's, yes.
Definitely a pop of color.
Definitely. Yeah, look at that. That's so cool.
Like, lead into, get your, I don't know if you're going to have not enough houseplants left.
I don't know.
We'll see. The pattern for the sweater uses like sometimes 12 grams.
That looks really nice.
Of a 25 gram mini.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Or you just make a cowl and a hat that are just different colors.
Yeah.
What was that one color combo you put together that was really lush? Was it not enough houseplants and this one and this? That combo.
Yes, that's incredible. So that's not enough houseplants and blush and myrtle.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. That's the fun of having these minis.
Really elegant.
You can just play and play and play with combinations. Like, I think I did I do those two and something else? Like
you just keep mixing them around and they look good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I wonder how this one would look. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Nice. Aww.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so good. When are you gonna cast on?
Now. I mean it. Like, after this, I'm gonna go and cake this up and yes, like immediately.
These hanks, I asked from the mill if I could get these the extra long hanks because I had plans for like maybe dyeing Bentley again or something, which I need a long hank for. Skein hank. So I hope they fit on your Swift.
Otherwise, I need Peter with me.
Maybe.
Peter loves to hold yarn. He'll sit there for like an hour holding the yarn. It's incredible. And he just chats away and I'm... But...
this sweater, the construction is pretty cool. You start bottom up. Yep. And even the sleeves, the cuff of the sleeves isn't your standard rib in by one rib.
Neat.
There's like...
Let me see if I can find a picture. You talk.
There's like a type of construction that helps it just snug right into your arm here, and then it balloons out, or like, then there's no shaping up the arm. It's really nice. And then so I think you cast on knitting back and forth because you're creating a slit. Is it a slit? It's not a pleat. It's a slit.
It's a slit. Yeah.
Just like in the cowl. This is a slit so that it can fit nicely.
So,
is that what it's called?
This is Sophie Blue on Ravelry. Her Ravelry name is Sophie Blue, but this is her test knit of this. If I can, my internet is terrible, but there we go. So
this one's got a contrast color that's blue. Isn't that lovely?
Can you see the way that the sleeve in the wrist decreases? It's just phenomenal.
Also, if you didn't want all those colors, can you imagine like if you're a hand spinner and you can do fractal spinning?
That would be cool.
Which fractal spinning is like using spin cycle yarns. Not quite. There's a lot of difference between a 3-ply fractals hand spun yarn versus the 2-ply dyed in the wool spin cycle. But if you had like some traveling color up.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Sometime I need to make something
just
out of those two together.
That'd be a really lovely Christmas sweater.
Yes,
maybe
it would.
Winter. Actually, not even Christmas, but winter.
Anytime. Oh, Christmas, totally. This is totally, but anytime. Actually, if I would make a Christmas sweater using these, I would do Skein Deer's Christmas sweater. I'll see if I can get it for you.
Recently did it?
I saw it. Who did it? It is a Sarah. Do you watch her?
It is a Sarah?
Yeah, Sarah's podcast name. It is a Sarah.
No.
She's Sarah from the Netherlands. Sarah van Gerven. Yeah. She's from the Netherlands. She's great. I love watching her. She's really fun. Let's see if she has a photo of hers. She doesn't. She did a really cool one. There's a Christmas sweater that's Skein Deer made it, and there it is. There.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's so Christmassy.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, her red lips.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Yeah. There you go. That's
How
Skeindier's
pretty.
Christmas
So
sweater.
reverse the colors or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I would love to do that. What does she call it? Festive yoke. Her festive yoke. And I've seen people making that sweater where they just take, they don't do the all over color work.
Yeah.
They just take some of the motifs and like it's designed so that you can switch the motifs around and do, yeah, that would be so
That's cool.
glorious in those.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I love this color so much. Not enough houseplants. It's just so good.
It is so good.
All of them.
You know, so last year I participated in this, it was a sock monthly club with Rose and Pearl,
oh,
the
okay.
yarn store in Victoria. And so she had me, I did a sock set in the BFL 2-ply fingering weight. And
think I remember.
I made this green and I wrote down the recipe, but there was something I had to tweak in it. And again, what did I do? I didn't write down the tweak.
Oh no.
And so I tried to replicate it, and in trying to replicate it, not enough houseplants came out. And I was like, I love this even more.
I love this one. This is such a good color.
Yeah. And so that sock set was exclusive. I think after a year I could like start selling the kits as well, but so much time had passed that I was happy to come up with something different, something new.
I don't know about that. I like those two together. I don't know if I like this one. I don't know. It's so fun to play with these minis.
It makes me think about like what I'm gonna bring to yarn festivals.
Yes.
Because I think like tonals can get like not as much love as lots of other hand-dyed yarn, but I feel like with tonals, with solids, there's actually way more possibility. With projects.
There is more possibility, and it's like
Options.
Well, yeah.
Maybe options, like not possibility, but more options. There's a lot more options, and I find you can be less disappointed with tonals.
Ooh, I like that.
That is really pretty.
Look at that. That's really good.
Sybil would love those colors together. My
They're
nieces
so
were
good.
over yesterday after school, and they're watching me wash this yarn. And every time I would bring a yarn up out of the sink, my niece would be like, "Oh, that's a pretty color. That's a pretty color."
They are pretty colors, though. She's right. Look at those ones together.
Aww.
That's frigid. Not enough houseplants. I don't know if it does justice with my.
You are too kind. I would never come on here and just like say, "Look at my colors."
Well, look at them. Crux Fibre colors. They are so good.
Yeah.
That's what I love about this sweater, that we can just play with your colors, and it's I agree. It's a celebration of our friendship, but it's also, I think, knitting this is a tribute to your bravery and courage. Like it's incredible to just go out on your own and start a business and learn everything that you've learned about dyeing and putting colors together and combining them. It's amazing and so generous that you just share it. It's so, your knowledge, you just share. It's so generous and so look at them. Look at them. They just sing together. I love them.
Thank you.
I love them. I can't wait to wear them. I'll be so proud.
Me too.
Ah, thank you so much for dyeing them.
You're welcome.
They're so great. So special. I'm so excited about this. And not telling anybody about it for the longest time. We haven't talked about this with anybody because it's a secret.
Yeah.
So now you know it's a secret.
I wonder if people will want to do the same. So
You definitely want to do the same.
I have like 3 kits at home, but I wanted to. I want to make sure the yards are all right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something just.
Yeah, we have to knit it up.
Yeah, I think we need to knit it up before I start saying yes, you can have it. Unless it's like, I don't actually no, I should stop. No, No, it's not available yet.
We're gonna test it out. A test knit
Yeah.
that I never do.
Yeah.
We're gonna test it.
Because I know we couldn't get exactly the right yards for our main color, for the white.
Mhm.
But I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. And if not, then we know what to do. I just don't like to sell something I don't know if I have enough yarn for.
That's true.
Like the all these minis, we have enough, but it's the main color. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. It's just like
We're gonna test it.
Yeah, with a DK weight sweater, how many skeins do you usually use?
Oh geez.
With an average yardage of what a typical sport weight, sorry, not DK sport.
Boy.
Sport weight's usually like
5.
it could be upwards to 320 yards, but these are 245 yards.
Yeah.
But
And we
we've
have
got
6 of them.
6 skeins, yeah. So
We should be fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
mhm.
Yeah.
We should probably wrap this up soon.
Yes, we should.
But I do need to talk about my make along, which is
Oh,
my
yeah.
low mileage make along. I've actually had some questions I didn't actually consider people asking, which is, can I use a traceable yarn with, say, a silk mohair? And
Ooh, good question.
yeah, because actually this sweater I'm using for my make along
Mhm.
has Surrey lace alpaca, and that's not made in Canada or grown in Canada, but the Gotland is. So I would say that if your intention is to create a project that is predominantly, the majority of it is a low mileage wool from me, or I think a lot of people have been saying a low mileage wool from someone else. What they mean by when they say a low mileage wool from someone else is a traceable yarn from someone else. That could be someone up the road from you, could be someone from across the country from you. I keep saying someone, but like a farm or a yarn that is traceable to a farm is what a traceable yarn is. So you know where the wool was grown, and if you know where it was milled, even better. But if you don't know, then you don't know. But most of these traceable yarns are pretty well kept within country because that's what those makers value.
Mhm.
So my low mileage wool is grown in Canada and it's processed in Canada.
So with this one, now this one's already finished, so I'm not going to enter it.
Yeah.
But with this one count, because this is Donna's, and Donna knows the farmers, and they live close to her in Ontario.
It's from her flock.
Not her flock, but she knows the farmers.
Sorry, the farmer's flock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yes,
from their
absolutely.
flock, and then yeah.
Yeah.
But I ran it with a silk mohair.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So if like the majority of the project or the intention is to be sourcing from somewhere local within your country, or I mean, local is best. I've had some people from the UK say, "Can I join from the UK?" And
Oh,
I said,
fun.
"Absolutely, as long as you choose a yarn that is local to you, and you know the source. Or if you get from me, then you'll get extra entries into the giveaways. So it's a year-long make-along. I will do a draw for prizes if I have enough prizes to do multiples. I will for the end of January and the end of." I believe the 6th month is the end of July or end of June. I don't know.
End of June.
At
End
the
of
end
June.
of the 6th month and the end of the 12th month, which would be New Year's Eve type thing. So roughly around there.
You could pull on the summer solstice.
Oh yeah,
Sometime
I could
around
do.
there.
Yeah,
That would be the end of the close to the end
It's
of
a good-
the 6th.
good marker. Hey, people. I mean, I feel like people in the northern hemisphere know more about when solstice is than those further south. But yeah, something like that. I will definitely be in.
It affects us hugely.
Yeah,
Like
it
here in
does.
the Yukon,
Yes.
solstice is sort of
Uh-huh.
everything.
Yes, it sure is. Temperature, sunlight. And one last thing was you can join through the Ravelry group, or you can use the hashtags. I will link that below for what the hashtags you could use on Instagram. And if there's going to be a giveaway through YouTube, you will know about it in an episode of this podcast. There was something else. It just keeps escaping my brain. I have had one or two people say they'd like to contribute towards the giveaways for this make along, and so if you are somebody who
nice.
would like to contribute, then please get in touch with me. I actually had one person say they'd like to contribute from their stash, so I was like, that's a lovely idea.
That is a lovely idea.
So if you have something from your stash, great. And also with these giveaways, sometimes people just send them to the person doing the giveaway, or you can just hold on to it and we don't have to have something travel through the mail twice. That's unnecessary. So if you do want to participate with providing something for the giveaway, please do let me know, and we'll make a schedule or something and make it work. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Is it?
I think
Is that
so.
all I want to say? I feel like we covered all the things.
I feel like we did.
Good to hang out.
Yeah,
This is
it's
fun.
so nice.
I hope you guys
So
enjoyed.
fun.
Did you enjoy? Please let us know if you had fun with us hanging out a little bit, and I don't know, I'd be up for doing it again sometime. Or,
Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah.
Be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
Okay. You all take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye.